Good evening, everybody. Here it is, Wednesday again. Let's see who we got in here. We got Rebecca Touched by Yarn and Johnny Gillum. Hey. We got Touched by Yarn and Johnny Gillum. Hey. We got Touched by Yarn and Johnny Gillum. Hey. We got Touched by Yarn, Johnny Gillum. Hey. We got Touched by Yarn, Johnny Gillum. Hey. We got Touched by Yarn. Okay, it's over. Let's see, now I got to get the chat back up. Just a minute. Let's see. I don't really need that. I don't need that. We'll just go full screen with this. All right. Let's see who we got in the house. We've got Kevin Ellis is in here. And Sal's Camp Life. Shade Trees Cook. That's James Hall. And my buddy Chris, Adventure Awaits. And that's it for the moment. So how's everybody doing? I want to thank everybody for coming in. Got snow on the ground. It's not a whole lot, though. We got about 2 inches. You can see the grass blades still. But it started, and the thing of it is, it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold for the next week, so it isn't going anywhere, and any accumulation we get is going to just keep going. So, I don't know. I'm starting to hear stories about this being a little bit of a heavy winter. But we pounded grape post around the house, my parents' house, so that I don't hit the concrete when I'm plowing this winter. So that's a good thing. I went to go get the reflective tape because I wanted to put it around the poles. And man, they wanted I didn't realize that stuff was that expensive, but I went to Harbor Freight and got a roll of it for about $9. So anybody need reflective tape for anything, that's where to go. And get those little strips for $3.50 a piece. We are going to be cold tonight, perhaps snow, but back into the 40s tomorrow. You guys are in the 40s during the day? Johnny? Chat is at the top of the link is at the top of the chat. Hey, there's Ann Dale. How you doing? Always nice to see you come in. We got Woodchuck Caleb in here. And Troy Sutton. Yeah, so we got the plow all set. Everything's ready to go for winter. And that's the way it's going to be. I took some of my equipment that I haven't opened up in the boxes over to the house so I can do that inside the room I work in when I'm at my parents' house. And then some stuff came up and I didn't get back to it. Terrific Tom is in here. Thanks for coming in. That is new to me. I'm pretty sure that's new to me. Joe Jacobson, good evening. Looking for 11 tomorrow for a high and 8 inches of snow and ice on the ground here. I could do without the ice. That's the one thing there are times when, you know, you get the snow and it gets packed down, and then it wants to do a light rain right over top of the packed down snow, and then you've got ice capades around here. There's Todd Laginus. That's LJ Wordworks. So what else is going on? Dexter, you didn't do anything new this week. He didn't do anything. That's the way he looks all week. He's not even in frame. You get at least sleep in frame. So I saw your pen that you made, Todd. That's pretty cool. The thumbnail, I saw the bowl in the thumbnail, and I'm like, once I started watching the video, I was like, where's the bowl? Then I realized that there was a pen on top of the bowl. Boy. Johnny, I saw your video just a few hours ago. Looks like Christine can just roll out of bed and shoot a deer. But good on both of you. Congratulations. Leanne Gunther's in the house. And Old Man King Homestead, he's on after me at the 10 o'clock Central Hour. 11 for some of you that are, she is a deer whisperer for sure. Yeah. Well, you know what? I could probably shoot one out my kitchen window too, because we have deer all over the place around here. Let's see. Covered cold already. You're over the cold already? It just started. It just really started. Although I had these ideas that I was going to work in the garage. It's cold in that garage. Barn. It's a barn. It's a barn, and I'm going to call it a shop, but we won't even talk about that. What a disappointment in myself for that. But there's a space to work at my parents' house to do projects as well as working on the house. And I guess I might as well put some videos out about that too. I actually have quite a backlog of videos from the house that for some reason when I started my channel up, I was like, well, I'm doing the bathroom and I'll just do this other stuff later. So some of that video footage that was taken for YouTube is like 4 years old. But it does tell a story of the continuation of what I'm doing. So I guess I got to put it out. I have lived here the same amount of time, and I have done it 0 times. That's part of something I don't know about. Oh. Shop video coming soon. I think we start throwing everything out in a couple of weeks. Yeah, well, be sure to show it the way it is now. Because that's I don't know. I've seen some channels start off that way, and their first video is, look at this mess. Look at all this crap I've got to get rid of, and it seems to work. Yeah, you should. Good night, everybody. Just wanted to drop in and say hi. Well, hello there, or have a good evening. Woodchucker Caleb. I am familiar with that channel. I remember, why is it that you think that you haven't seen a channel before, and then Or was it Terrific Tom I said? It was Terrific Tom I said that about. I should just stop talking. Somebody get up here and have me stop talking. I see Plywood's name mentioned. Oh, Plywood has 2 channels. Plywood has 2 channels? Okay, that's new to me. Mitzi DeLuca is in here. Good evening. John, if you have an extra GTO laying around, you can throw it my way. Yeah. Come on, Johnny. That's easy. Just do that. You're Plywood. See, I didn't know that, Plywood. Sorry. I've always known you as Plywood. Looking for Mandy. I saw one for sale in Marketplace tonight, Troy. The GTO, huh? On Marketplace. I love Marketplace. I have to check Marketplace every single day because even if I'm not looking for anything particular, I just love to see the types of things that people have out there for sale. And every once in a while, I get roped into something like a jaw horse, a Rockwell jaw horse. I didn't even get to play with that yet. I did fold it up, though. It's got one issue. One issue it looks like I have to deal with, but I'm sure it's pretty easy. There's a bolt that's probably stripped out. I have to take it apart and see what the issue is. It has to do with the third leg. Where are you, Johnny? Are you at deer camp or are you at home? I just got a new shop, shed or shed shop, maybe. Oh, really? What's that all about? I take it we're going to be seeing that in the videos. That's probably true, Johnny, because you don't have cell signal there, do you? What time is it? Let's see. So what's the deal with that, Todd? How are you getting a shop? Got a new shed shop video already up. You do? Only in limited spots, but where my camper is now. Did you ever take that tree down that was old and dying that you guys were concerned about up at tree camp? Because I know that's not the same tree that you were talking about in the video you did this night. This video I watched tonight. I am trying to find a wood stove for cheap to put in my minibus. That's the same tree? Wasn't that like 7 months ago? Cut that down. Now you probably don't want to cut it down because you scare all the deer out of the area, right? I would say that's a pretty good assumption. I was thinking that while I was watching the video. Why didn't you just cut it down so he can park his trailer there? And the tree where I gutted the deer is the same tree I fell over with the four-wheeler. Was that just a branch that came off that tree, or part of the tree? How is it the same tree? If it was the tree that you got the four-wheeler stuck on was laying on the ground. I assume maybe that was just a big part of that tree, right? I don't remember all the names of your trees there, Johnny. Sorry. I was only there once. Drunken Chef is in here. Good evening, and thanks for popping in. You're back now, Plywood? Now that I'm not confused as to who you are? The chat, or the link is at the top of the chat, people. Johnny, Todd, just saying. No, Brian, you videoed me falling on that tree, on that exact same tree where I ended up putting this year's deer in the video. Oh. Okay. I think I get it now. You shot the deer near the tree that was okay. No link? What do you mean no link? How do I do that without just a second. Aren't you supposed to be able to paste this in here like this? Copy. Paste. Oh. Sorry about that. That's because at the beginning of my video, YouTube was playing in the background and I just shut it out completely. So the chat from YouTube was cut off, and I guess that didn't leave it in StreamYard. So there it is. Link was there. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Man, it's hard trying to make you figure out what I'm talking about. The tree in the video that's still standing, if we cut it the way it is, it's going to fall on our electric, and it's going to fall toward our pavilion there, where a building right there.
Yeah.
So we can't cut it unless we have some kind of equipment, or if we have something where we can get up in it and limb it first or something, because if we cut it the way it is, the weight is going to take it the wrong way. So, no, we haven't done anything with it. I told them guys, I'm not bringing my dozer down there because it's just too much up and down hills and across those bridges. Those bridges won't hold it up. So, yeah, that's that. Now, the other one where I was telling you videoed me and laughed about it a lot, me falling over the tree,
laughing.
The exact same tree that was in the video today where I ended up getting that deer at. So, anyway.
You sound like such a victim. You were laughing your butt off, too.
He laughed and laughed and laughed, guys.
He tries to make me feel bad about laughing, but he was laughing his butt off, too.
I mean, here, this old man falling over his tree, it just tickled him to death.
Hey, you had to be there.
Oh man, that's the tree I need to cut out of the way so I can get it out of the. I have to go around it with my 4-wheeler and everything. So I've gone over it a few times, but I'd rather go around it.
Here, I was thinking you were going to have all this stuff done by the time I came
Well,
and visited.
if you
The tree
remember,
removed and the other tree removed, and your shop was going to be started. And
if you will remember correctly, I told you that the power company uses that road, and they would come up it and they would clear that tree, and I wouldn't have to. Guess what? Them suckers hadn't been up there one time. Hey, Leanne. And yeah,
Good
my
evening,
wife said
Christine.
here, she said we all laughed. Yeah, everybody laughed. Everybody laughs at my expense.
Congrats on that kitchen window shot.
That wasn't a kitchen window shot. She saw it out the kitchen window.
I know. I saw a 3-pound Yorkie out my kitchen window, and I saved its life. I couldn't believe that because I told the story last week. I'll just reiterate it. The woman got in a car accident over here in the intersection. Because you weren't here, I'll tell the story again. And when she panicked because she smelt the smoke from the airbag, she jumped out of the car real quick, and the little Yorkie she had in her lap took off. So they were all the emergency people and everything. Everybody was looking for this little dog. It's only like 4 pounds. And apparently they didn't find it that night. So that little baby went through the whole night around 30 degrees by itself out there. I woke up in the morning and I was washing dishes or something at the kitchen sink. Boom, there it was. I was like, oh my God. So I ran out there and it was already gone. Called the, I guess it goes through 911 regardless if you're calling. If you call a police station is what I was trying to do, and it went straight to 911. And so I told them that the dog that they were looking for was outside my yard somewhere, but I couldn't find it again.
I can imagine the 911 dispatchers on that deal.
Well, why did it go through to them? Because I was trying to call the police station because they were the ones that were involved with that. And then when I called, the person who answered had no idea what I was talking about. So, whatever. But within about an hour, we found the little dog.
Christine said, I'm surprised the Yorkie survived if it was on her lap when that airbag went off. Hey, Bill.
Yeah, that is crazy. I never got to really talk to the lady about what happened. She kind of took the dog and never said anything to me again after that. In fact, it was her fiance that went and got the dog from me. Yeah, because those airbags are fierce.
They are.
When they go off, I mean, I was only going 30 miles an hour when I experienced the airbag, but you're sore. You don't feel it right away, but you're sore the next day for sure.
I wasn't enough jackass to see what airbags can do.
Well, I was so concerned about getting out of the vehicle because I smelled fire, and that is one thing that if there's anything that scares me the most, it's fire. You know, some people are afraid of water. I don't like the idea of burning alive.
I don't know. I've driven a few cars that have airbags, but I try not to. I would like to go back. Me and Christine we're hung up on this carburetors and manual transmission deal right now. We want everything to have a carburetor and a manual transmission.
Man, I would love to go back and get one of those. I mean, I would like to go get 1956 Ford truck. Did you see my short, Johnny?
I saw a short, but I haven't gotten to watch it yet.
Well, when you get the chance to watch it, you'll be.
I will watch
It's kind of something that I talked about to you, so I actually found a way to accomplish it.
There you go. And Bill said, I called 911 and I'd held a meth head at my neighbor's with my concealed carry item until the popo showed up. So were you videoing this person while you were holding them with a concealed carry, Bill? I can just see you doing that.
You're on YouTube, buddy.
I can see you explaining how you got your gun. Sorry, I'm going to say gun, and you always have to answer those questions. I do a lot of stuff with guns on YouTube. You have to answer those questions. We're using it in a non-threatening manner, in a place designed for stuff like. Yeah, sure.
Does a person feeling threatened or not make a difference? I felt threatened.
Johnny and Brian, check your phones. Oh boy. So Alaska Bill sent me I don't know if he wants me to show something like that. He's got some dude. There's some dude. What's he doing? What's he wearing? Holy cow.
He's wearing everything.
Yeah, he's wearing a lot of stuff.
What isn't he wearing? He's like Joey from Friends. Coming in wearing all of Chandler's clothes. I don't know if people know that reference.
Yeah. That's kind of spooky looking.
And why is he crawling around on all fours with a...
Well, they got him down. They're holding him at, I can see Bill. I can see the shadow of Bill's cell phone while he's taking his picture. And it looks like his gun shadow in the other one.
He's saying, please, please, let me go.
Camo pants, camo shirt, and a white coat. There you go. Plywood.
Carrying around a moss pot.
Plywood says, I'd like to have a 3/4 ton truck with manual transmission, hand crank windows, and no electronics. We've got almost that, but it's the dually. The windows are still electric on it, but
So now where was this guy, Bill? He was on your front porch. I think that's a thing. He wasn't peeping Tommy.
He was on the neighbor. He was at the neighbors, he said.
It's one of your neighbors?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're stealing stuff. These Alaska folks. Now I've had several of them tell me this, all right? So I can say it, all right? They say that they like Josh was real good about it. He'd say, yeah, you got this person over here, they've got a YouTube channel. They talk about how remote they are out here in Alaska. He said they only film one way from their house. He said they film this one direction. He said, because if they turn it the other way, the convenience store gets in the way.
Yeah, Dollar General. Two of them. $2 Dollar Generals across the street.
Yeah, $2 Dollar Generals across the street. That's right. The guy was wanting his $2. Yeah. Cutting the cat off of something. Oh, man. So, but anyway, yeah, so did you get a call or did you just happen to see him over there, Bill? $2 General, yeah, the $2 General store. I'll tell you what, those places are high now. Used to, you could go to Dollar General and stuff was pretty cheap, but not anymore. Pretty high. if you really want to get some, sticker shock, go buy some 3/8, just regular old rubber 3/8 fuel line at the parts store. Holy cow. That stuff used to be like 80 cents a foot. Now it's like, depending upon the store, it's like $12 a foot. It's crazy.
He wanted to fire up the excavator instead of calling 911. But
Yeah. Take care of it.
yeah,
Mindy
$5.
says she's late. Neighbor calls saying someone was walking around his place. Probably saw him on the camera, and then told Bill and Bill run over there. Good job, Bill. I expect to see a big video with you going on the front of it, and it was some big deal about your life and death and all that. And they will probably lie to you and blame terror. That's right, Todd. That's exactly right. Yeah, I've had even some of my friends say, "Oh yeah, they'll blame this tariff thing," and it's like, it isn't a tariff. It's not like that because of a tariff. It's like that because somebody's greedy. They figured out a way to charge you a lot of money and they know people will give it, so they're just doing it. And because I guarantee if tariffs went away, everything's still going to be the same price. It doesn't matter. The other thing is that, I won't even get on that.
Call before you dig, Bill.
Call before you dig. Yeah, call 511. That's awesome, James. Yeah, you do have to tell them what year, make, model of the car you want fuel line for. That's right. Totally forgot to get the camera. You had it in your hand. If you have your phone, you got a camera. I mean, I know a lot of people that's all they use. It's not all I use, but it's a lot of people. If I run off without some of my GoPros, like I happen to do whenever I actually got the deer, I had a GoPro 7 white, not even one of the real good black ones. I had a GoPro 7 white that I bought used 100 years ago, and that's the only thing I had the day I got the deer, besides my cell phone. I couldn't believe it. Holy cow. 811 in Oklahoma. No, it's 511 over here. You call 511. I've called it many times before I went and dozed. Yeah, paying taxes on something you already paid taxes on when you bought it is stealing. That's right.
Okay. There was something I've been messing with AI this last week. And
oh no, you weren't doing that.
No, not with anything, not any weird stuff. I don't have a picture of the van that I completely restored, but I drew a picture of the van that I completely restored.
Sweet.
This was back in probably 95. I did this.
Yeah. It actually had a roof just like that?
I put the roof on it. I took it from a junkyard or a van in the junkyard.
Upside down and put it on top of a van?
No, it was actually it was actually a van fiberglass extension roof. And I ripped the top of the van off and I installed it. But I was thinking to myself, what would AI do with that picture for me? And it looked just like that.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't believe it. I says, how did it know what the front looked like? But I mean, I know that there's millions of pictures of vans out in the internet. So it picked up on the key points of what I drew and did it. And I told it to reverse it. I told it to have it turned because it is moving. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a 4-second clip.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
then I said, show me the back side. Okay, and then I'm going to show you one more. I mean, there's a lot of them that I've stayed up all night long messing with this stuff. But now this is only a doodle. It was like 1 inch little doodle I did on a paper.
Yeah.
Of my truck that I did in 95, 93 or whatever it was.
Yeah. Had clearance lights on the cab.
Yeah, and then I put that into AI and look at what it came up with. Is that not funny looking?
Yeah. What did it think that's funny. What kind of truck was it?
Mine was a 1980 Ford short bed.
Ford.
On the dash it read Ranger 100.
Yeah, it was a half ton. Huh.
Yeah,
had clearance lights on it?
I put those on.
Oh, okay. All right.
I put the roll bar and I had it all. I pimped it out.
Pimped it out. It looks like tomato.
Well, I do. Well, that's just the color it picked. The color I had on it was a brighter red, almost like it was a brighter red than that. But I do have an actual video I took of that truck that shows every single detail. I went to the floor mats, all up under the dash, showed everything with it. But it's in those little cassette tapes. I have to get it out of there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, back then I didn't know to start a YouTube channel because YouTube didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool series.
I can only imagine if YouTube would have been around when we was kids.
We were born about 20 years too. No, that's not true because I have a lot of good things I've held on to from my childhood.
You know, I'm gonna. There's a video out there. So if you look it up on YouTube, it's the very first video on YouTube.
Yep.
And it's a guy at the zoo.
Me at the zoo.
And it's like what is it? I can't remember if it's an elephant or a something. He's like, just testing this. That thing's got millions and millions and millions of views.
I think it was like 18 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it was the first video out, and people, what was the first video that ever went on YouTube? Well,
that was it. The first video. Yeah. And it's really
and he didn't do anything else after that. He probably doesn't even know that it's video.
Yeah. It's got, I can't remember how many subscribers it had. It was a ton of subscribers and views and stuff like that. It's like, holy cow, his 376 million views 20 years ago. There it is. Holy cow.
We would have been in trouble if YouTube were here back then.
Oh, yeah. 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 Christine goes, man, I wish YouTube would have been around whenever you was a kid because she's heard the stories, man. There's a farm pond over there by where our cattle are and stuff like that. Mom and Dad had it built before it, 5.79 million subs, right? And they didn't do anything else. So this farm pond, before it ever had any water in it, had high banks, because the dozer pushed them up there. I had an RM125 Suzuki, and my brother told me one day it'd be cool if I jumped that pond. Pond's pretty good size. And I jumped that friggin' pond. And that'd have been so awesome if we could have had some kind of video of that. Of course, that was way back before I mean, if you had a camera that would video, it was like this big. I mean, it was like carrying a suitcase around.
Could you imagine editing?
Yeah.
Editing would really suck.
Yeah.
I ain't editing that. This is gonna have to be all one video strip.
Yeah.
Bill says that video that we were talking about has 376 million views.
Yes.
20 years ago, and it has 5.79 million subscribers.
Yep. Yep.
He didn't capitalize on that, or he didn't do anything with that. That's the only video he did. He didn't. I don't think he has a channel. I mean, that is his
Well,
channel.
he does. I mean, you have to make
That is his
a
channel. I'm just saying,
video.
he didn't do anything with it after
He
that.
didn't do anything after, you know. Bill said
He edited on video.
VCR tapes.
Bill edited with video VCR tapes.
Yeah.
Well, you could. I mean, I could take the video tapes I have now and put them on the computer and edit them. Which that's what I plan on doing. I bought the what is it called? The attachment that allows you to transfer video to your computer.
Long time ago, I think there's a VHS tape still around here somewhere. Me and a buddy of mine, we rented a big VHS actual, you know, you put the big tape in it and it records. It's a VHS recorder. And we rented it and we went deer hunting. And we called the deer hunting video Down on the Farm. Okay. And so we started a video with that thing. Problem was we couldn't get the deer to cooperate. So but it was a cool thought. Who'd have thought later on I'd be doing stuff like that?
It missed its cue. Wouldn't stay on cue.
deer wouldn't. The deer back then, you know, there were a lot less deer back then than there are now. Now they're just everywhere. I mean,
oh, so me showing you that AI stuff. That's what I did the short with that I put out the other day.
did an AI short.
Yeah, and it's what I was talking to you about when I did that car video.
Mm-hmm.
When we went to the auction, and I said
Yeah.
I wanted to take these cars and bring them to life in my video.
Yes.
Well,
yeah. You said you wanted
I found
to.
out how to do it. I found out how to do
There
it.
you go. That's perfect. You'll have to tell me one of these days.
What's that? How to
How
do
to
it?
do it.
Well, it's easy.
So this is the official channel of YouTube co-founder Jawed Karim, created on April 23rd, 2005, with only one video, the historic Me at the Zoo, 19 seconds long, over 360 million views as of 2025. And yeah, Todd, it was so well hidden, even the deer couldn't find it. It's just one of them deals. Like I said, deer back then is a lot different deal than it is right now.
Yeah, I wonder if my neighbor shot one this year on our property.
You could always ask.
There's only a couple of people that we allow to hunt on our property, but I'm sure there's more people out there than we know.
Yeah. Well, that's a possibility. I certainly hope there's no one out here on ours because, well, the cameras haven't got them anyway. So. but our good ones are still running around. So that's good so far. Rifle season ends on this Sunday. Then we go for I think we go a little over a week, or maybe it's about a week or so, and then they start something called rifle doe season, where they kill does for like 2 weeks with guns.
When is dodgeball season?
Dodgeball. I mean,
Yeah, they hit the deer with a ball.
yeah, if you can hit it with a wrench, you can hit it with a ball. So, but anyway,
When does all the seasons of deer hunting end?
January 15th. We finally, the deer can calm down a little bit after January 15th.
You're finally going to stop harassing them at that point?
Nah, I'll stop harassing them. Me and Christine were just talking about that a while ago. I'm going to go to the drag races on Saturday, but between here and where I go to, and I'm going to the drag, it's a cash days, and I'm actually going to video the race. Go ahead.
No, I just telling Todd. I was going to let you finish your
Johnny, Brian, how you guys doing?
good and yourself.
I'm doing all right.
Finish your story, Johnny, and then we'll.
Well, I was saying we're going to go. I'm going to go to the drag races on Saturday, but it's a cash days, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to video it. So I'm just taking all my video equipment, stuff like that. I'm going to video it. I'm going to see if I can, like put my camera on other folks' cars and stuff like that. Video this cash days and go all the way through that, all the way down to whoever wins. But our deer camp is like in between here and there. So on the way back, I'm just going to go to deer camp and camp out, go to bed, whatever. And then I'm going to get up the next morning. I'm going to hunt the last day of our rifle season. I'm going to do it with probably crossbow, but I'm going to hunt last day of season here down there. So I figured, well, at least I'll get that last day in, because I still have a buck tag. So I'm gonna try but I have to take it with a crossbow or a bow. So
Todd, it looks like you have as many hats on the wall as Johnny has deer mounts.
Oh, that is
No, he's got more deer.
That's Navy stuff.
Cool. So what's going on with you?
That's my only hunting story. One time, a bunch of us, we went up to Oregon to a buddy's house from San Diego. So I think there was 5 of us in the back of a pickup truck driving around the mountains. Just some guy'd yell quail, and 4 shotguns would go off. The dog would get all excited and go out there and not find nothing. And yeah, it was a good time.
Quail from the back of the truck. That sounded like rabbit hunting whenever I was a kid.
Duck season. Rabbit season.
Other than that, I could talk a lot about fishing and not catching nothing. I've been out a couple times and swore my lure must have been camouflaged because they couldn't see that thing at all.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, fishing. I can do a lot of fishing without catching nothing.
Yep.
And it's really weird. One day you go somewhere and they'll just bite like crazy, and you think, I'm going to go back over there. You go back the very next day, everything's just the same. Nothing. Zero.
Yep. Just a little cloudier, and all of a sudden they don't want to bite nothing.
Yeah, they're like, not eating.
Yeah, so, I grabbed a couple things to show off for you there, Brian. I think you've seen this one before.
Show and tell.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
So that's walnut and purple heart, and then
look at that.
we'll peeling bird's eye maple. And
Kia
then I
went
took
up
the
in
wife
there.
and we went to a Christmas bazaar. And I got to say, I'm a little irked by this one. I didn't think of it. It's just somebody took a tree branch, cut a couple pieces, glued it together, put some googly eyes. They sold out of these.
Yeah.
You bought one of them.
Yeah. Wife had to have it. I was like, I can make that. No, I'm buying it.
Johnny wants to put his order in for 12.
Yeah, I don't need any.
So, Brian, you said you're getting your barn all set up?
No. I should have, but now it's so cold. Now it's so cold out there. I was like, screw this. I might do some stuff out there. I still have to go out, and if I need the bandsaw or the table saw, all that stuff, I've always just gone out and done it and videotaped out there anyway. So I suppose it doesn't really matter in the scheme of things. But where I'm working at my parents' house is basically a workspace, pretty big. So I can still do projects there.
No.
In fact,
Johnny, did you
that's
say you had snow already?
Did what?
Did you have snow? You have snow on the ground? Yeah.
We had a dusting a couple of days ago, but tonight they're calling for, there's a snow band that's supposed to come right through this area. So, but it'll probably be tomorrow. It's supposed to get back up into the 40s. So whatever we get will end up melting off.
Oh.
And I'm wanting it to melt off because we got to do a lot of shop work. We got to do out here. We got to get this shop to where I can work in it. So we got plans for that deal. We're really depressed tonight because we had a couple of cars that I was supposed to go buy, and I never did go, and I should have. And they're gone now. So they were on Marketplace.
Oh.
So one of them was a 75 Grand Prix, and the other one was an 81 Trans Am, I think. And I was going to buy both of them, and but they're not on there anymore. My wife let me know about it. So
the shop you're talking about, that's the one you just pushed the other GTO out of in your video? Is that shop?
No, that was the Trans Am I pushed out of that. We have two pole barns. That's where the cattle are, and this one that we're going to be working on is right here. It's right outside the house here. It's the one where if you've ever seen me load my GTO on the trailer out of the shop, it's that shop. It has no electric in it. It's fully insulated. It has one drive-through bay where you can drive in the front and out the back. And then it's got two other bays in it, and it's 30 by 50, and it's 14 feet tall. And so we're planning on putting a lift in it and all the electric and everything else. That's what we're working on. So we're going to be doing electric and everything this time. Me and Christine are going to get everything out of it. We're going to put plywood on the walls. And we're going to paint all the plywood white so it reflects light real well. And we're getting ready to do all that stuff. But we're going to be throwing junk away. There's going to be a lot of stuff just leaving. So,
yeah, you got a gooseneck trailer.
Yeah, we got trailers. I told her, I said, I'm going to pull it up there. We got right down the road. We got a transfer station. If it's metal, I'll haul it to the scrap yard, which I told her, I said, I want to do a big scrap haul anyway this year because I got a ton of metal. And then the rest of it's going to go right on down there to the deal and right off in that. So, and they don't charge you that much. It's not that expensive to dump that stuff there. So, I mean, I can totally round up my flatbed, my dually on my flatbed on my dually. I can round that thing completely up with trash and take it down there and dump it. And it's $5 every single time. cheap.
Wow, that is
Yeah, $5. Never paid more than $5 to dump stuff. So
I think I'm going to be hauling a trailer to your house then.
you're gonna be bringing your trash with you when you come. Yeah.
Beep,
not
beep, beep.
Not like I brought my laundry. Hey, I brought my trash.
Well, Johnny, you just got to make a deal with him. He drops the trash, and you hand him a paintbrush.
Yeah, there you go.
No deal.
No deal. No deal.
No deal there. Could you imagine how much it would cost to travel with that? 20 hours stopping at a hotel with.
Yeah. Well, at least maybe they won't steal your stuff, or maybe they will.
The free trash departure.
Somebody's saying 1 minute left.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they'd steal it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if there is something I want to get rid of, all I have to do, because we have, a pull off runway, driveway, or whatever you want to call it, parking lot in front, because we have a fruit stand. If I want to get rid of something, I just put it out there. Couple hours, it's gone.
Somebody just comes by and gets it.
Well, I make it pretty obvious that it's not something I want to keep.
Right. I mean,
so they know to take it.
I actually watched a video. I think it was last night or the night before. It's a channel called No Nonsense Know How. And that's what he did. And part of his video was drove around just in neighborhoods and just looked for stuff that was set out by the road, because he was headed to the scrapyard and he was looking for anything that had metal in it, like old bicycles and, people said, barbecue grills that have rusted out and stuff like that out there by the road and stuff and he was just going by and picking up stuff as he was going.
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting. So
I told this one guy that was interested, he stopped and I think he was asking if, I can't remember what the circumstances were. He was picking up metal at any rate. And he asked and I told him, I'm going to have if there's a pile of stuff here, get it. So anytime I put something out there, it was gone. It was gone.
I'll tell you something that's kind of funny. I know it's supposed to aggravate me, but it really doesn't bother me any at all. I mentioned to a fella who has a couple of grown sons his sons are probably nearly my age at this point. But he come by and was talking to me one day, and I mentioned to him, I said, I said, and his sons have always done this. They throw out their beer cans right before, my dad, in his infinite wisdom 100 years ago, he decided to give these folks an easement to some landlocked land back behind our property. And we didn't have to do that, but he did. He gave them an easement. So they drive all the way down the north side of our property to get back into this land and stuff like that. Well, Dad told him, he said, the stipulation for you guys having this easement is you only have one house back there, one household. Don't turn it into like a housing addition, one household. And they abided by that forever. One household was back there. Well, they hit me up about running a water line. They have an easement for a water line, right? So they have an easement for a water line already. Well, they decided they wanted their water line to come a different way, which is all the way across the back of my property, which is from the east over there, because it's a shorter run than it is from the easement that they've got to get there. And I told him no. I said, no, I don't want a water easement going across the back of my property. I said, the water line doesn't run across the back of my property right now. It runs up the side of it on the other side. If they took it across that, I'd have it on two sides of me. That means I'd have water guys out there on two sides of me. Well, I told him, I said, I don't want that. So I said, and he started, he kind of got rowdy with me a little bit on that. And I told him, I said, you know something? I said, can you tell your boys not to throw their cans out, right before you turn up the driveway there? I mean, it's, you know what's I mean, they're drinking all the way down the road, and then they throw their cans out right before they go up their driveway. Well, they started throwing their cans out in my driveway. And every time I go over there, there's cans laying in my driveway. And I just run over them with the dually and flatten them out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to haul all these cans to the scrapper whenever I take my metal with me. It's like, it don't even really bother me. So, and I told one of the neighbors, I said, whenever you talk to them guys, I said, just let them know that doesn't bother me at all. I'll just haul them cans off too. And the cans quit coming after that. They quit throwing cans out there. Oh, Bill, yeah, they do that all. That's the delivery guys. The delivery guys, for some reason, out here, whenever they deliver in our driveway, they come pull up to the gate, get out the packages, and set them down, and then they have to take a leak in our driveway every single time. It's like our driveway ends up being the delivery bathroom for this whole area, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
Well, on that note, it is 11:05 or 10:05 Central, so it's time to go and see Peter of Old Man King Homestead. Go see what he's got going on. I want to thank everybody that came into the chat and my moderators for protecting my channel. And we'll see you next week, Wednesday. Oh, well, thank you, Johnny. And thank you, Todd. And we'll see you next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central.
Bye, guys.